So today we're gonna cover hello user 74802774108. How are you today? Yes. So as I said before, we were gonna go live at 8:30. Sorry, it's been like 10 minutes late, but I think you guys can understand. How does that work? Right? So thank you, Janetis Montoya, for joining the live. How are you today? Hope everything is just fine. Why am I? Oh, not this one. No. I think, yeah, that's better. Okay, so thank you for joining the live to Eric, Ale, Monica, Johan, KK489. KK489. Wow. Okay. Hello, how's everyone doing tonight? Tonight, we're gonna learn a little bit of everything. Yeah. Thank you, Star, for joining the live. How we doing? Thank you, SM. How are you? All right. So I'm ready to do probably about 2 hours of this today. We'll see. We'll see. My voice is a little raspy today, but I think we can work with that. So I was gonna pull up the article that I was reading before. I actually did another live before, like an hour ago or so, in which, what is this? In which I covered a pretty hefty CNN article, I think. Okay, let me pull it up. Wow. Okay, so we were talking about taxes, and somebody said that somebody said something about tax legislation that I can't say here, but we'll see. Okay, there we go. This is the article. If anyone wants to read it, you are more than welcome to try your best. I'm gonna start reading it for you in a little bit. But you know what? Oh, hello, Clayton. How are you, my man? Hello, Julian. Hi, I'm from Santo Tomas, GC. It's very nice to meet you. You know what? In Santo Tomas, Atlántico, is where I had some of the best memories of my life. I'll tell you the story of that if you want. If you want me to tell you what I did or what happened in Santo Tomas, I'll go ahead and tell you. It's pretty interesting. At least for me, it's interesting. Those are very fun memories. All right. Thank you very much to everyone who's joining the live right now. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Juan Felipe. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Jaime. How's everyone doing? All right. Wow, the numbers are rising pretty quickly. Yeah, I don't know who would like the live 529 times. Wow. Okay, nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So let's take a look at this article. I'm just gonna read it just to warm up a little bit. Okay. Do let me know if you want me to do something completely different. Oh wait, I don't think you can see this here. Why can I? Oh, there we go. All right. So, in the previous live, I was just reading this for practice, and somebody said that they wanted to read. Look, if someone wants to come to the live and read so that I can give you proper advice on how to speak better, you're more than free to do that. I have no problem if anyone wants to join me. Hello, Nafed or Nafer. How do you say your name? Hello, IO Tech. Where am I from? I'm from a small town in the middle of nowhere called Barranquilla, Colombia. Barranquilla. Have you heard that name before? Maybe if you're not from Colombia, maybe you're not familiar with that name. Hello, Nata. How are you? How's everybody doing? Hello, Angie. Angie Cami Rueda. Angela Camila. Okay, that's a cool name. Salchipapa joined. Thank you. Hey, how are you tonight? That was the best username so far. Salchipapa. Oh my God. I've seen so many cool names. I remember the first live I did, which was like 3 nights ago, I had a fabulous guest by the name of Lesbiana Toxica or something like that. Are you a teacher? I used to be a teacher. I don't teach anymore, but I can explain to you how you can teach yourself how that's the same way I did. See? So that's what I like to teach. I don't really do English classes no more, but I can explain to you how you can become self-taught. ¿Cómo te puedes enseñar a ti mismo? Ya. All right. Thank you for that question. Is my Where are you from? Is my Can't see the picture. Okay. Okay, there we go. That's cool. Colombia. Me too. I'm also from Colombia. All right. Hello. There's a lot of people coming in and out. Okay, I guess uh some other people will join later on. Okay, I haven't opened this browser in a while. Oh, look, these are some notes that I take that I've taken of things that I think randomly. There's a little bit of everything here. There's economic themes. There's educational themes. There's math. There's tech. There's space exploration. A little bit of everything. Those are thoughts that I randomly have. All right. So why don't we read? I guess I'll just read. If anyone wants to read with me, do let me know. CNN, the Federal Reserve cut its key overnight lending rate again on Thursday, following on the heels of a half point cut in mid September. I'm already bored. No, let's do something else. Right? Sorry. My attention span is very, very short. So I would prefer if anyone wants to ask me a question about how to improve your English without a teacher, without a course, I would gladly answer those questions. Just English, or do you have tips for self, though? Any topic? Natalia Tavera, thank you very much for that question. Do you mind if I fix it? Do you mind if I fix your question? Because I think there's a little bit of a mistake there. I'll do it. Just because I have the bad habit of being a teacher and enseñanza, sí fix it. Okay, good. So I think what you wanted to say was like, do you just teach English or any other skill through self self thoughts, or just like that, just up until skill, like this. Uh, no, just English. Well, I have experience doing a lot of other jobs, but and I learned them from scratch myself. Um, ¿Solo inglés o tienes tips de autoenseñanza? Es la pregunta. Bueno, em, La pregunta es válida, and I'm just gonna keep on talking in English because I feel more comfortable that way. And that's why you're here anyway, because you want to hear me, I guess. I think. So, to answer your question, yes, there's what I teach is logic, basically. Logic allows you to say, okay, so what are the necessary steps for one to acquire a skill that could be profitable in the future? Because it's not worth to just learn something and not make money with it. You know what I mean? Like for example, I learned video editing not many, but a few years ago, and I made a ton of money with it. And I offered my services to YouTubers, and they're very willing to pay money, good money, for video editing services. And that was something that I learned from scratch in like a few months. In a few months, I was already good enough to edit documentaries. And documentaries is not exactly an easy editing style. So yeah, I also taught myself web design, although I'm not a designer, but I taught myself a little bit, and maybe later on I'll show you some of the websites that I've done. Um, Colombia times three. Oh, you're from Colombia too, Natalia. Yes. Welcome to the live, and thank you for the question. By the way, it's interesting. So yes, I've also taught myself copywriting. That's my main activity at the moment. What I do is copywriting services to B2B companies based in several states in the US. And I've been doing it for quite a while now, like 4 years most. And I taught myself that, like, see? Uh, so yeah, I guess I also wrote a book about how to teach oneself English. Later on, I'll talk about the book. Uh, yeah, just later on. But in the book, I explain how it is possible to create a learning system for skill acquisition, for proficiency acquisition. And it's a very logical path. You don't really need complicated formulas to acquire a profitable skill. Hmm. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Geo says, "What days are you doing? You are doing live. Well, should have been. What days are you going live? But I think I just started 3 days ago, and the first live I did was completely random. I was randomly on TikTok, and I had like 150 people joining, which was wild for me. So ever since I've been doing lives every day. So it's been 3 days. I think I'm gonna have enough time for a while to do lives. So yeah, I'm gonna go live every single night between the hours of 7 to 8:30. That's when I start the live. This the first 2 days were 7 p.m., but today I started at 8:30. So, but yeah, I'm gonna do my best to go live every single night. Oh, somebody's calling me. The hell? What? Nah, whatever. Busy now. Okay, so yeah, Gio, that is the answer to your question. Thank you, Escobar RJD, for following me. I appreciate that. Thank you, Javi times Julio, Javi X Julio, for sharing the live. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you. I'm sorry. I have very bad eyesight, so you gotta bear with me. I know I look stupid when I when I look at the screen, but I really can't read that much. So Arnaldo Oliveros 7 says, Hola Damien, ¿tienes alguna guía o la enseñanza es por medio de todos los videos? Soy nuevo por aquí. That's a very good question. Well, I didn't want to just go into this out of the blue because I don't want to feel that I'm selling something to you guys. But I wrote a book. I wrote a book called The English Framework for Business Professionals. It's on Amazon as well. You can I think you can see the screen, right? You can see this. I published it on Amazon, but it's also available on my own website. You can find the link to it in my profile. In that book, I cover specifically this. This is the main idea behind the book. Unlock true speaking or true advanced speaking 10 times faster without a teacher. And it's possible because I have tested this with thousands of other students when I was a teacher of English. And I just figured that this knowledge that I have might be useful for someone. I think someone out there is going to want this information. So I started writing as part of my copywriting journey because I'm a copywriter first and foremost. So this is the book. This book uses easy English. If you wanna, if you want me to talk about it, do let me know. Why don't we use this time to talk about something fun, right? Instead of that. Are you from Bogota? I'm not. I lived in Bogota for 4 years, and that is the best place that I've ever lived in. I love Bogota. I love it with all my heart. I used to live in Bella Suiza. Oh, by the way, I'm from Barranquilla, Colombia. I used to live in Usaquén, Bella Suiza, and it was the most beautiful neighborhood you could imagine. It was so nice. It was next to a creek, like a small river, un arroyo, but it was so peaceful and quiet. There's 42 people here. How come? How come? Like in one go, I was like watching 12 people and then it jumped to 40, 60. Wow, nice. Very nice. Thank you, everyone who is sharing the live. Thanks. So, no, I'm not from Bogota. I used to live in Bogota. I live in Barranquilla now. I'm from Barranquilla. Fun story. When I was in Bogota, I joined a public speaking club in English called Toastmasters. And it was so fulfilling. It was very nice for me to join that club. And I also met very beautiful people, not physically beautiful, but genuine, spiritually beautiful people in that group. And it was a very lovely place for me to be in. And it was free. It was completely free. And I liked it so much. Okay, I think I was reading the comments and I lost one that I couldn't read. Is it TikTok a good income method? Natalia, I honestly don't know. I'm new to TikTok. I have not been on TikTok enough to tell you, but what I do know is that marketing is super profitable. I've been working in marketing for 4 years already. And just these last 2 weeks, I started to create content for me. For me, but not for me because it's for you guys. It's like for everyone who wants to achieve this level of proficiency to start making money. So to answer your question, I don't really know yet. Only time will tell, but we'll see. I think so. Yeah, it's fun, so I'm here. That's why I'm here because TikTok is it's like an improved version of some of the other platforms, and I can go live without having to wait. I don't know, 6 months to get 1,000 followers, and that is something that I appreciate a lot. It's because of the lives that I in one day I gained like 150 followers in just one day doing lives. So thanks for that. Let's go through the comments. Okay. Momasos Guadaña says, Fluidez magnífica. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Momasos. Nice. I like memes. Look, I'm a black belt in memes, in meme theory. I just made that up, but it sounded cool as fuck, right? Okay, qué buena fonética, dice Julio Alberto Morales Arias. Thank you. Anyone can have this proficiency or this phonetic ability, and that's what I'm trying to show you guys. Look, I taught myself from scratch. Nobody taught me the specifics of the language. I basically was forced to learn because I was bored at home trying to beat a video game that I couldn't beat. Like this is many 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 years ago when I was like 16. I was playing SOCOM. Let me pull it up. SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs, and I could not beat that fucking game to the pulp. It was on PlayStation 2. That's how old I am. And I was trying to go through the missions and I couldn't. So what did I do? I started to write to the best of my ability the sentences that these guys were saying in the arguments, and I would go word by word with my dictionary to try to guess what the hell they were saying. Um, so yeah, that's where it all started. Da, 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 da. So yeah, that's what I did. Okay, let's go. There's a bunch of people commenting here. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Victor Gamboa says, "Go ahead, yay! Thank you." Ale Music 1648, bro. I'm stuck in B1. What can I do? Mm, the easy. You have two options. Ale Music. The easy option is to buy my book. I'm sorry. That's a joke, but it's an implicit joke. You see? No, but seriously, what I'm trying to say is that you have two options. The first option is to take the process seriously and to start developing a learning strategy that doesn't include any tutoring or any teachers from any platforms, and it's possible to do that. If I did it, anyone can do it. And the second option you have is to remain at that B1 or B2 level and not taking the process seriously, which I think is what the majority of people do. The vast majority of people say, "Oh, I want to learn English." And then you ask them like, "Okay, how many words have you learned today?" None. Then how the fuck are you uh trying to learn the language? Like, let's face it. You want to learn English not because you like English. It's because you want to make more money. I mean, I'm not talking about you, Ale Music in particular. I'm talking in general terms. Like most of us, what we really want is to learn English to make more money, and that was my mission for many years because I wanted to leave Colombia. Now I don't think like that. I think a little bit differently these days. Oh, there's so many comments. Wait a minute. Let me go through some others. Okay, let's see. Thank you, everyone who is following me. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. Okay, let's see. Teddy, hi, how are you today, my man? Hyoketsu no Jack says, it was the same for me with WoW. I'm not familiar with WoW. What is that? Oh, World of Warcraft, right? The game. I've never played it, but now I realize. Yes, World of Warcraft. I get it. Yes. I've never played it, but I think that that game has tons of dialogue. So it must be hard to go through the missions if you don't have a strong base in English. I get it. I understand. All right. José Terán, hola, ¿cómo estás? Has Lady, thank you for following me. Thank you for following me at La Máquina Musical as well. Thank you, Teddy Guerrero. Mike says, it's hard to me speak it. I think what you wanted to say was, it's hard for me to speak it. Okay, don't worry, we're gonna fix that. Okay, I'll tell you in a little bit how it is possible for anyone to start speaking even if you don't have a teacher. Because nowadays we have technology. And the other day I briefly talked about ChatGPT and how you can have conversations with it for free. And so many people send me DMs saying like, "Oh, I never thought about that." And that was the best thing that you could have said. And it's true. But you know what else is true? The fact that I did that with logic. Well, I didn't come up with that. Like, obviously, OpenAI did it. And what I did was just become an early user. When ChatGPT came out, I was one of the first people in Colombia to download it. And I even paid the first month because I thought that it was not going to be free for a long time. That's what I thought. I thought like, oh no, it's going to be free for like a month. So I immediately went ahead and paid it since I'm a copywriter. And ChatGPT is excellent at writing. But eventually I realized like, hey, wait a minute. I don't really need to pay for it. It's all the options that I use are in the free version. So I still have the free version up until this day. I also use another AI to help me write things or for inspiration. That is Grammarly, but that one is specifically for copywriters. Uh, it's not broad like ChatGPT. So just to give you guys a little demonstration, just a little demonstration. This is the chat that you get the first time you open it. Well, it's not a chat yet, but you just have the ability to talk to it. Lots of people would just type what they want. You don't have to. What you can do is just click on the audio button, not the microphone. There's a microphone there, but there's an audio button, I guess you can call it. The microphone, what it does is that if you click it and you speak to it, it will transcribe all the sounds into text and it will give you a text back. You don't want to do that. You just want to click on the white button, the black and white one. You type it and it starts listening to you immediately. Hey, how you doing today? I want to have a conversation with you.
Hey there, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. What's on your mind? I'm here and ready to chat about anything you'd like.
I want you to tell me what are some of the best animes that people likely are to watch these days.
Sure, some popular animes that people are into these days include Attack on Titan for its intense story and epic battles, Demon Slayer for its beautiful animation and emotional depth, and Jujutsu Kaisen for its exciting fight scenes and lovable characters. Also, classics like Naruto and One Piece continue to be favorites. Have you watched any of these?
No, but thank you for the answer. Hey, I think you're speaking with a very upbeat tone. Can you talk with a more grounded, serious tone?
Of course. I can speak in a more grounded and serious tone. If there's anything else you'd like to discuss, or any other way I can assist you, just let me know.
All right, and that is basically what you do. Hold on. There's a lot of people asking in the chat the name of the app, and it's precisely called ChatGPT. Okay, I'll type it here in capital letters. ChatGPT or ChatGPT, and you download it from the App Store if you have an iPhone, or from the Play Store if you have an Android. And the company behind ChatGPT is called OpenAI. See this OpenAI. Oh look it. Oh wait, this is a picture, right? No, okay. What a fucking idiot. I thought it had like I thought I already had a web browser with it here. I don't think, because this is a brand new browser that I just created. Okay, but anyway, yeah, you can also use it on your computer here. I have it right here on my computer as well. But the thing with the computer is that it doesn't have an audio section or an audio option unless you download a plugin. And I don't like to do that. Why would I do it if I just have it on my phone? See? And it works on any phone. This is not the best phone I have. This is just an Android phone that I have, a very cheap one. I have another one somewhere. I don't know where it is. Fuck it. Okay, Jim Style says, just answer me. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, you were asking what's the application called. I just did. It's ChatGPT. Okay, let's see some of the other comments. Uh, Teddy Guerrero, I think I answered your question. Okay. Edwin Andres Rollero Guerrero says, friend, what is the name of the advanced learning book? I appreciate it. It's called, I'll show you here. It's called The English Framework for Business Professionals. And I wrote it from scratch. It took me months to write it because I actually started writing it because I was bored one day and I wanted to improve my copywriting abilities. So I started writing about the thing that I was good at, which was English proficiency. And that little manuscript became a full 192 pages book that tells you exactly how you can increase your level if you are intermediate. Everything is written in English, obviously, because it's not for everybody, by the way. It's meant for people that are B1 or B2, probably even A2, and people who are into business so that they can, increase their income. And it's for people who want to reach an advanced C1 or C2 level. There's a bunch of examples, there's a bunch of activities. All the explanations on how to become proficient are there. All the exercises that I've used with thousands of other students. And that's the book. That's how it's called, The English Framework for Business Professionals. If you go to the link in my on my profile on TikTok, you will see that there's a free ebook. This one is not free. Okay, I guess I should clarify that. This one is not free. The red one is not free. It has a cost associated to it, but it's not much. You can pay it with, well, it's not much. I think I cannot say the price here. I don't know. But I'd rather not say it because I've heard people saying that you can't say the prices of your products, but whatever. This one is another book that it was meant to be a part of the main book, but it was too large for me to include it. So I made a separate free book exclusively for vocabulary. This one is called Synonyms and Antonyms, right? Just like a Spanish dictionary would. And it allows you to fix your lack of English vocabulary once and for all, forever. In less than 2 months, you can increase your vocabulary to more than 6,000 words and create 24,000 sentences. Just with this free one. The blue one is free, the red one is not. Again, this book uses Easy English. And this is the free one that you can download from the link. Oh, by the way, I was telling you about the link. So if you click on it, you will get the free one sent to your email, and then you will be redirected to the main page on my website, which is this one. This is the main page. This is where you can find the book. There's a little video here explaining how you can use the free ebook because it requires a little bit of an explanation. Today we're going to cover how to fix your business English vocabulary forever in less than 2 months with a free ebook that I wrote. Right, so this video explains how to increase your vocabulary with that ebook, and it's very simple. If you want, after the live, just go and check it out. You can just also read some of the reviews that I've had with the main book that I used with thousands of students before. And ultimately, it's a system that allows you to become your own teacher. That's what I want for you guys. I want you to know that it's possible to teach yourself without the help of any tutor or any teacher or any course or anything like that. See? So yeah, that's how you can improve your. Uh, this is a little sneak peek. You can see the prize there. Oh, do you see it? Did you catch it? Oh, there it is. I don't think I can say it during the live. I don't think I can do that, but there it is. Because I don't want TikTok to ban my live. So that's the thing. Okay, let's see what other comments we have here. Okay, let's see. Do, 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 do. Wow, there's a lot of people commenting. Okay, hold on. Not the best, but fine enough. Yes, ChatGPT is not the best, arguably, but it's good enough and it's free. So whatever thing it's free, it's look, as a business person, the main one of the main principles of business is reducing the costs and increasing the profit or revenue. If you can reduce the cost to the bare minimum and stretch the gap to get as much revenue as possible, that's the main principle behind business. And that's what I am. I am a business person, first and foremost. So if anyone agrees with that, do let me know in the comments. Okay, so how much is it monthly? If you're talking about ChatGPT, I think it was $20 when it started. I don't know. But the book that I'm offering is just a book, basically. It's not a monthly fee. I don't offer classes or anything like that because I don't really think that they're necessary. See? Okay. Let's see what else we have here. When did you start to learn English? Jim Stiles says, I started when I was 17 years old. That's when I started with the game that I mentioned before. Before that, I had very little contact with the language. I did not had the best learning opportunities before that. So yeah, that's when I started. 17 years old. And when I was 18, I already got my first job in English as customer service rep. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Thank you, everyone who is following me today. Nice. Thank you very much. Where can I get it? In the link in my profile. Do you recommend shadow? It depends. It depends on what you define as shadowing. Because shadowing implies that you see another person having a conversation, and that's basically just listening. You can do that with, on YouTube as well for free. But I think a best or a better approach to shadowing would be to listen to something and you trying your best to recreate the same sentences or the same pitch while recording yourself. You record yourself and then you listen to yourself and you compare the original sentences that you heard from YouTube or movies or whatever, or even music, and then you compare it to yourself. That's what I did. That's what I used to do. Look, I used to do that using a Walkman, a yellow Walkman that my brother had. I'm talking about what 2000 and I don't even remember 2008, something like that, 2007. Okay, so in order to improve my English, Mike. Oh yeah, I think I answered that. Just well, you can you can follow me and listen to my lives all the time, or you can just fast forward the process and buy the book. Again, I don't want to push the book that much. I'm not here to push the book. Right. Let's see. Joish says, I can get the same info on ChatGPT. You don't. You clearly can't do that because I tried. I tried. And what ChatGPT says, it's a very generic approach that might work for some people. What I did with the book was create a personalized approach for every single person that might read it. Let me explain what I mean. Let's say that two people, you know what? Let's say 10 people. 10 people bought the book. 10 people, they all have different levels, different skills, different weaknesses. Every single one of those people are going to have a personalized learning plan that is written here in the book that will be different to everyone else. See? So, can you do that with ChatGPT? Arguably, you could, but you would need to give it very specific instructions that you can get only through practice. And I've been a teacher for 8 years. I've covered or I've helped 21,000 students in the past. If you have that, then you clearly don't need ChatGPT, right? So, no, to give you a straight answer, I don't think you can. So yeah. Anyway, let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do this. There we go. That's better. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. There's so many comments. What happened? I work for a call center where I have to write down notes in English, but I'm stuck. Okay, Ale, I think your question should have been, what would happen if I work for a call center where I have to write down notes in English and I'm stuck? Well, what would happen? What would happen is that if you don't take it seriously, if you're just there for the money, most likely nothing will happen, but you will still improve your listening and your speaking ability, albeit at a very slow pace. If you want to accelerate the process, what you would have to do is just follow a clear plan that focuses on your weaknesses. That's why I always say that every single person has different weaknesses. Every single person requires a different strategy. Okay, thank you, Marlon, for following me. Appreciate that. Josué dice, estoy estudiando inglés, viendo videos en inglés y cuando no entiendo pongo subtítulos en inglés. ¿Está bien? Sí. De hecho, eso era una de las cosas que yo hacía. That was one of the things I did when I was on A1 level. I remember watching and rewatching the same TV shows over and over again through cable TV. This is before the internet. I'm 34. I don't look like it, but I'm 34. See, so when I was a teenager, that was like back in 2004 or three, something like that. So yes, I one of the first things that got me interested in English was seeing the TV shows, reading the subtitles in English, and saying to myself like, wait a minute, I understand this. I don't understand 100%, but I understand the context of the situation that I'm seeing on this TV show. And I remember one of the TV shows that I watched back then was Scrubs. It's not widely popular, but I liked it a lot. It talked about medicine, and yeah, that's a very good spark if you want to have a reason to be motivated. I think that would be a good path. Just to know that you can understand situational uh, scenarios by reading and listening at the same time should be a good enough kickoff to send you in the right path. How much is your book worth? Good question. I think what you really wanted to ask me is what's the cost of the book? But your question is what's the value that you can get out of it? How much is the book worth? It's worth 5 years of your time. If you buy the book, I'm not saying that you should buy it. Like I said, it's not for everyone. See? But if you do go ahead and buy it, you're gonna save 5 years of your life trying to learn English with a multitude of other systems. If you have conversational classes, that also incurs in a cost. See, because those courses are not free. So if you buy this framework, as I call it, you're not only are you going to save 5 years of time, you're also going to save potentially hundreds of thousands of pesos. See, because you're not going to invest in teachers, you're not going to invest in materials. All you're going to use is logic. That's the main ingredient that I use for language acquisition is logic. And it covers everything. Look, this is a list of all the things that it covers. It covers vocabulary, listening, pronunciation, syntax, fluency, and pace, which are the main pillars of communication. Just like you're listening to me right now, this is the same level that you could aspire to have in the future if you buy the book. Don't you speak Spanish? Yes, I do speak Spanish. Could you read my comment? I'm sorry. There's so many comments. Wait, I think I read yours already. Thank you. Sorry for that. Bear with me because I'm still new to TikTok, so I don't know exactly how to handle the times. So thank you for that. Thank you for being patient. When did you start to learn English? I think I already answered that. What's your age right now? I'm 34. So how can I learn English? Yes. Oh wait, no, I think I answered that before, right? So yeah, I think I did. Hey, my friend. Hello, GOVJLQ. How are you today? Damir Garcia says, where was your first job as a customer service representative? I don't think I can say the name of the company because I don't know who's watching the live, and I don't want to get in legal uh, conundrums. But I can tell you that it was at the time in 2007. At the time, it was the biggest and largest call center in the city of Barranquilla. If you know, you know. Yeah, not my proudest moment, but I got something very useful from that job. Well, a couple of things that were useful from that job. I got a great network of people that even to this day, what, 16 years later, I still consider them very close to me. In fact, my best friend, I met him at that job. And the second thing I got is an acceleration in the learning curve. Like, by far, that was the biggest jump in proficiency that I could get early on in my journey to become this proficient. So if you have the chance to go and work for a call center, don't miss that opportunity because you're gonna correct so many things in your speech. Now, I know that a lot of call centers get a bad reputation, but remember, there's no such thing as a bad call center. There are bad bosses and bad QAs and bad staff. That's what's bad about the job, but not all the other perks that you can get from that kind of job. 7 years, and when do you dominate the English at all? When did you dominate? I don't know. I think it took me like 1 year after I really started to take it seriously. Thank you. Juan David says you have a accent very. I think you wanted to say you have a very good accent, or a very neutral accent. I don't know if it's good or not, but I know it's neutral. Thank you. So thank you for all the people. Sorry, thank you to all the people that have followed me. Rodman, Yushibi Fan, Basareto, Juan David. Thank you very much. Okay, just giving one momento. Yes, sorry. Meralia Torres says, I'm from Venezuela. I'm from Barranquilla. Thank you. That's true. You speak Spanish? Yes, I do speak Spanish. But I'm not here to speak Spanish because I think you guys need uh, to be smacked in the face with true, almost native like proficiency. So that's what a lot of people need, I think. So I'm here to provide that. If you like it, good. If you don't like it, Also good. All right. So Gio says, estoy tratando de comprar el libro, pero el link para Hotmart está roto. I'll tell you what, send me a DM and we can straighten that out. Okay? Don't worry about it. It's all right. I wouldn't worry about it. Oh, ya se arregló el link. Okay. Good. Thank you. Bro, ¿me das un consejo para empezar a aprender inglés? Yes. The best advice I can give you is start writing, but not writing your sentences. No, start writing logically what you think you should improve upon. Voy a decir esto en español solamente una vez porque creo que es como lo más importante. The main takeaway from this live, I'm going to say it in Spanish. Lo primordial en cuanto a aprender una habilidad, independientemente de que sea inglés o no, cualquier habilidad, es crear el hábito de empezar a escribir paso a paso o la secuencia de cómo la lógica te dice a ti cómo aprender esa habilidad. Me hago entender. Pongo un ejemplo sencillo. Cuando yo estaba estudiando inglés, yo decía, "Eche, pero ven acá. A mí en la clase de español en primaria y en secundaria me dijeron, o bueno, más o menos esto fue lo que yo tuve que hacer desde el principio. Las vocales, los pronombres, este tipo de cosas, tarará, los verbos, la conjugación, más vocabulario. Luego hacer las oraciones en cierto orden. Todo tiene una secuencia, ¿cierto? Yo lo que hice fue escribir a la manera más, a mi manera más lógica de ver cuál era la secuencia más óptima para aprender las habilidades de las cuales yo no tenía un buen nivel, que en ese entonces era el speaking. Yo entendía más o mierda ahí, pero no podía hablarlo. Ya, entonces yo lo que hice fue empezar a escribir un paso a paso de lo que tenía que hacer. Haciendo eso me di cuenta de que cualquier habilidad que yo quisiera obtener, ya sea copywriting o edición de video o diseño web o cualquiera de las, o media buying, que es hacer anuncios también. Cualquiera de esas habilidades tienen una secuencia de aprendizaje, desde el primer paso hasta el último. Lo que pasa es que la mayoría de las personas, creo, desde mi ignara actitud, que lo que hacen es, llegan hasta el último paso y ya se creen que ya saben todo. El último paso de la teoría solamente indica que tienes que empezar el volumen, tienes que hacer mucho más volumen de todas las actividades que ya aprendiste. Ya. Es decir, el proceso de autoaprendizaje tiene un inicio y un final de la parte teórica. Cuando termina la parte teórica, ahí es cuando empieza la parte práctica. Así es como lo veo yo, por lo menos. Puede que estén en desacuerdo conmigo, pero mi nivel de inglés es un testamento de que es posible usar esa misma lógica para llegar a tener un buen nivel en cualquier habilidad que tú quieras. Entonces, eso era lo que quería explicar. Ok, déjame tomar agua porque hablaba mucha paja aquí todavía. Mm. Ala Music. I'm thinking of getting a teacher for a couple of weeks, but I'm not sure if it helps to speed up the process. I've never had a teacher. Never. I never paid my money to anyone to teach me anything. And I did it before AI was a thing. I did it before the rise of AI. Nowadays, all the information is already there. What my book does is that it compiles all the information so that you don't have to you don't have to try and test what works and what doesn't. See? If anything, this book is an accelerator of everything that you can potentially test and try. And I can confidently say that this really works. It really does work because I have tested it and curated it with 21,000 students prior to me writing the book. So, yeah, it really does work. Okay, how many hours you spend per day studying this language? Nowadays, this is the only time I study. It's not studying, obviously, but I think that language is like a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. See? So that's why I'm just trying this new platform to hang out with you guys because I like it and it's interesting. And if I don't practice my English, my spoken English, I'll most likely lose it. I'm a copywriter, so I work writing things, writing gibberish all the time. So if I don't really speak to anyone throughout my day, so yeah, I feel like there's a lot of me, there's a part of me that needs to let all of this information out. Okay, could you tell me which topics I should learn? If you take a look at the screen, I think, well, that's an all comment, Julian, but thank you. If you take a look at the screen, these are the main, I don't want to say topics, they're not topics, they're sub skills that you should focus on if you want to really assess what your weaknesses are. By the way, let's talk about how the book works. Again, I don't want to feel that I'm selling the book. This is not what I came here. I just wrote it one day because I was bored. Well, I started writing it one day. It took me months to write it, but this is not the main theme of these live. But anyway, I'll answer your question. The main sub skills that I consider are, let's go to page, I think it's on page this one. So these are the two groups of skills that you require to become proficient. You need general skills that allow you to become intermediate, and finesse skills, which are highly advanced skills that you need to take into account. According to me, I always say this is according to me, and according to the international framework of proficiency, which is the levels A1 to C2. See? So vocabulary, listening, and pronunciation, they all go together. You cannot improve one of them without the other one. They're all intertwined. They're all linked. And they work in a weird symbiosis, if I can express that idea like that. So yeah, those are the skills, the sub skills you must focus on. Okay, let's say here. Anyway, let's see what else is there. I'm sorry if I'm not reading the comments uh, fast enough. I'm sorry, but I really want to give comprehensive answers to all the questions. But I'll make sure to read all the questions. Okay, let's see. Da, 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 da. Okay, how many hours do you spend? Okay, I think I answered that. I like your method. It sounds a good way to learn profoundly the language. It is, but you can just test it yourself. And thank you, Juan David, for that comment. Thank you, Sheila, Sheila, for following me. I'm sorry, I butchered your name. I'm sorry, but thank you for following me. ¿Cuál sería una buena app para hablar con extranjeros? You don't need to do that. You don't need to talk to foreigners because, like I don't know if you were here when I did it, but I was just having a conversation with ChatGPT. I can do it just right now, like this. All you really need to do is push the black and white audio button, and you can start talking to it for free. Listen, I want to have a conversation with you again. Could you ask me one simple question?
All right, let's get started. What's something you've always wanted to learn or try, but haven't had the chance to yet?
That's a very good question. I think I've always wanted to try skydiving, and I've never really had the time to do it because I'm so busy with work. But one of these days, I will take the plunge and go for it because I really want to do that before I die.
Skydiving sounds incredible. It's one of those experiences that's bound to be unforgettable. It's great that you're keeping it on your list. Hopefully, you'll find the time to take that leap. It could be a thrilling way to break from the routine of work. Do you have any other adventures in mind for the future?
Yeah, but they're kind of private, so thank you.
No worries. I understand. If you ever feel like sharing or discussing anything else, I'm here. Otherwise, we can chat about something else entirely. What's on your mind?
All right, thank you. Okay, see, so that's how you do. Um, yeah, shut up, man. Okay, so that's how you have a conversation with foreigners. You don't really need to pay anyone to do that. Right. So let's see who else is asking here. Hey, dude, you speak pretty fluently. Fluently, not fluency. I would love to reach that level someday, and you will. You will, Ale Music. Absolutely. The best thing you can do is take action now. Tinder. Technically, you're right. Yeah, technically, you're right. Teleperformance. What is that? I think I've heard that before. Jajaja, contesta llamada para vivir. Not really, but I did, and I cannot say that I'm proud of it, but it really did help me a lot. Uh, I work for them. Haha. Okay, I think TP is the biggest or one of the biggest in Colombia. TP? Nah, I'm not familiar with that. Libro comprado, gracias. Oh, hey, thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that, man. Bro, ¿qué opinas de hacer lives para crecer en TikTok? David Ernesto. mm, Llevo 3 días haciendo lives. Vamos a ver mis... Empecé, el primer día que hice un live tenía creo que 99 seguidores. 99. Déjame ver aquí en TikTok. Eh, Ahora tengo 398, casi 400. Entonces, en 3 días, bueno, ¿cómo se dice? Average. How the fuck do you say that? Average. On average, I have like 100 followers per day. Fuck, I hate it when I can't remember a word in Spanish. I know that sounds stupid, but it's true. It happens very often. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. Wait. Let me see what other comments we have here. The chat is always going down. I wish I could just keep it steady. I don't know how to do that. If anyone knows, I'm on the PC version of TikTok, so do let me know how can I just prevent the chat from moving. I think there's a gear button here. Maybe that will be worth it. No, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so do 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 do. I need more confidence with my speaking skills. How can I practice living in Colombia? In or at? In Colombia. Who's J-U-Z-N. How can I practice? Well, I just show you how to do it for free with ChatGPT. Um, I don't think ChatGPT will be free for much longer. I think it's gonna be free up until 2025. So if anything, you're going to want to download that as soon as possible. Okay, I'll show you. Hold on. If you go to the Play Store on your phone, this one is an Android. Just go to the App Store if you have an iPhone. and type Chat GPT. I'm really surprised that a lot of people don't know about this. How is that even possible? Chat GPT is the app on. Cellmate. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you. Chat GPT. Oh man, that's really bright. Why is it like that? Anyway, just go and get it, and you can just have conversations with it to practice your speaking. Let's see. O sea, no es solo aprender la gramática, sino aplicarla. You know what? You're right. I've never really been invested in learning grammar. I know that sounds crazy, but I've never like designated myself some time to do that. Never really did it. Thank you, Jim Style, for following me. Appreciate it. Dylan says, "How is named the book?" Good. Let me fix that question for you. Is what's the name of the book, or how is the book called? The book is called The English Framework for Business Professionals, and I wrote it 100% from scratch. And it's a compilation of all the techniques, the activities, the tricks, tips, and whatever that I use with 21,000 students over the course of 8 years. I started writing it because I needed a portfolio for my copywriting business, and that's why I started writing it. So, if anyone can benefit from it, then let's make a ton of money with it, because that's what that I always say, that you want to learn English not because you like English. You want to learn it because you need to make more money. See? So, thank you for that. Um, Mano, ¿cómo aprendo entonces el inglés? ¿Solo leyendo o cómo? Good question. That's a very good question. The book explains in detail how to do it, how to improve your speaking with ChatGPT. What I just showed here is it's 1% of all the things that you can do with ChatGPT. See? Now, the book doesn't just focus on ChatGPT. No. See? Again, the book is not for everyone. The book is for you if you understand everything that I'm saying in the live. If anyone understands everything that I'm saying right now, then the book is for you. If you understand but you can't speak, the book is for you. If you want to accelerate your English proficiency journey, then the book is for you. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't even be here to begin with. So that's why the reason why I always speak in English in the lives is because I want to filter out the people that truly understand. Maybe you don't talk freely, but as long as you understand everything, you will be able to read the book, because this book uses easy English. Very easy. See? My phone is blowing up with messages. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, wait a minute. 6 people have bought the book. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks. That means a lot. Now, again, I don't want. Look, I'll tell you something. I don't want to feel that I'm making a ton of money with you guys, because I'm really not. Honestly speaking, what I do is copywriting services, and I'll show you my copywriting business. This is my website, and oh, this is the mobile version. Let's jump to the PC version. Let me see if I can pull it up like this. Okay, let's see. So this is the PC version. Why is it like this? Okay, so anyway, so these are the services that I offer. Why is this thing not loading correctly? Ooh, it's taking a little while to load. Why is that? Is it because I'm streaming? Could it be? I think the internet is it's fine. Oh, it's not loading, but whatever. I was gonna show you how do I acquire clients for copywriting for my copywriting business, and that is just one of my sources of income. The book is definitely not my top source of income. If you're worried about that, if you're worried that I want to make a quick buck out of you, please don't think like that because my intention is really to show that it's possible to move the economy if everyone has high paying skills. That's my intention with these lives. I want to make Colombia great again. Sorry. Okay, so let's go through some of the comments again. Sorry. Okay. Thank you for following me, DC. Hola, yo sé, hablé inglés, pero quiero mejorar mi pronunciación. ¿Cómo hago? Okay, I'll answer that. Give me a moment. Let's take a look at what is pronunciation. If you can see here on page 88, we're gonna find out what you can do for pronunciation. Okay, so this is the beginning of the pronunciation chapter, and the first concept that you have to be familiar with is phonetics. See, phonetics, as you can identify, my phonetics are very neutral. I don't really have a thick Colombian accent, even though I didn't go to the US to learn English. I did go to the US to work, but not to learn. So if I did it, anyone can do it as well. So, in this section of the book, I cover why it is important, sorry, to have a very good ability for pattern recognition. And everything is written in here. Pronunciation is just your ability to reproduce all the sounds that you listen. See, that's what pronunciation is at the very core level. If you don't have a very good listening skill, your pronunciation will not improve, sadly. So, if you want my advice on how to improve pronunciation, first have a 10 out of 10 listening, a perfect listening. How do you do that? You ask, you do that. You acquire a 10 out of 10 listening skill when your vocabulary is large enough. And how do you do that? You can just download the free book. This one. This one tells you how to increase your vocabulary in less than 2 months for free. You don't need to pay for this one. There are two books in my offer. One of them is free and one of them is paid. The free one is for those people that really want to start auto correcting yourselves. Okay, that's why I wrote it, and it will forever be free on my website. The website is in the link in my profile. You can find it. You go to my TikTok profile, and it's the only link that there's in my profile. So yeah, you guys comment very quickly. Okay, hold on. ¿Es ChatGPT normal o es una específica? Well, there's only one ChatGPT as far as I know, but there's a ton of other upcoming apps that are based in artificial intelligence. But yeah, it's an average one, I guess. Okay. What are you currently working on? Tesla. Nikola Tesla, not Tesla the company, but Tesla Nikola. What am I working on? Oh wait. This is, let's see. Okay, so this is what I'm working on. This is my business. So it's 100% online. And this business is not for you guys. You'll never be my customer in this specific copywriting venture. See, these are for clients in the US. And these are some of the services that I offer. I offer very advanced services like software as a service sales copy. That's my specialty. That's what I work on. Software as a service sales copy. But I also work in brick and mortar sales copy or B2B sales copy or B2C sales copy as well. So I've been working in marketing for 4 years already. And this is the funnel that I use to acquire customers from the US. You guys buying the book are my customers as well. But in all honesty, my main business, my main focus is my copywriting business. Okay? I'm not going to become a millionaire by selling a book. No. So these are some of the services that I offer to US based companies. I offer meta ads, I offer research for there's some companies that do require market research to launch products, and that's what I do. I also offer email marketing campaigns, and here's the kicker. If these companies want to work with me, this is the rate. This is what I charge my clients. $1,995 a month per client. Right now, at the moment, I'm working with 3 clients simultaneously. One of them is in the medical field, another one is in logistics, and the other one has to do with marketing general services. See? So this is the main core of my sources of income. Okay? I'm a copywriter, and I wrote the book because I wanted to call myself a real writer. And yes. Okay, let's go through some of the other questions. Thank you, everyone who's following me. It's been a crazy 3 days so far. Thank you. All right. What can I improve? How can I improve my English? With what? Well, there's an easy way and there's a hard way. I always say that. The easy way is investing in yourself, buying my book. It's just as simple as that. Why? Because my book explains, or it gives you a framework that explains how you can teach yourself, how you can start teaching yourself. And I don't think there's any other course out there that allows you to do that. So yeah, you don't really need a teacher in your life. I'm very straightforward with that. I never used a teacher. You also don't need a teacher. See? What you need is a set of instructions that allow you to reach the potential that you already have within you. And that's what the book is about. It's a framework for language acquisition. How can I get the book? Just go to the link in my profile, enter your name and email, and you will receive an email with a free book. Once you get that free book for vocabulary, you will be redirected to the main book with 192 pages. There's 2 books. If you buy the red one, if you buy the framework, you will get the vocabulary workbook for free. It's like a two for one kind of deal. ¿Cómo transformo lo que entiendo en inglés? En inglés, en algo que pueda expresar cuando lo requiero. ¿Me explico? Speedy Gonzalez, yes, you do explain yourself. Okay, good. I don't think anyone has ever asked me that question, but I've thought about it before. The brain, what the brain does is a computer, quote unquote, a computer that analyzes information, analyzes data, and replicates better information to the other people that you're talking to, basically, to the receiver. So, well, you asked me the question in Spanish. I think I should answer it in Spanish. Yo me enredo hablando español, así que ténganme un poquito de paciencia. La pregunta puntual dice, ¿cómo transformo lo que entiendo en inglés en algo que pueda expresar cuando lo requiero? La mejor forma que yo considero para poder hacer eso es establecer cuál nivel de vocabulario tienes tú actualmente y cómo lo puedes engrandecer o agrandar. Sí, agrandar. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué digo que el vocabulario? Porque la mayor parte del tiempo que tú vas a aprender un idioma extranjero lo vas o lo deberías invertir en vocabulario. Y una vez que ya tienes una base sólida en eso, las otras habilidades se vuelven mucho más fácil que si tú te enfocaras en esas otras habilidades. Por ejemplo, un error muy común que yo noté en mis 8 años de profesor independiente fue que las personas trataban de sonar bien, trataban de sonar bonito, se enfocaban mucho en la pronunciación, en cómo hacían los sonidos. Pero tú les preguntabas, ok, sí, eso está bien, pero ¿cuántas palabras aprendiste el día de hoy? ¿O cuántas palabras aprendiste este mes? Aprendiste este mes. Y no saben, nunca tienen una respuesta clara porque no es su prioridad invertir su tiempo en vocabulario. Te lo voy a poner así, te lo voy a tirar plena. Si tú inviertes, si tú quieres hacer una casa, tú no vas a empezar por el techo. O, si me van a entender, o sea, es como ilógico empezar por el producto final que tú vas a tener una vez que ya tengas todo el sistema montado. Lo primero que vas a tener que hacer es la base sólida de lo que quieres tener. Y suena full directo, pero hey, es increíble el número de personas que hacen todo al revés. Hacen todo al revés, marica. Quieren como aprender lo más complejo primero y dejan de lado la base. Es como si yo te digo, si tú quieres emprender, si tú quieres tener un negocio sólido, tú primero pruebas el producto a ver si hay demanda. Tú no empiezas a hacer el producto y después lo vendes. No, tú tienes que testear primero si el mercado tiene la necesidad de tener ese producto. Ya, es como una serie de pasos lógicos o una serie lógica de pasos. Ya, entonces, si tú lo que quieres es poder interpretar bien lo que están diciendo y poder dar una respuesta clara en en un time frame, en un momentico, en un... Puta. Sí, en un momentico, o rápidamente, lo que tienes que hacer es comparar. Si ya todas las palabras que tú escuchaste ya las tienes en tu cabeza, ya sabes qué es lo que significan y ya las has utilizado antes, dar una respuesta se puede entender como un proceso semiautomático. Anyway, let's go back to English. All right. Okay. So, what is the price of the book? I don't think I can mention it here, but it costs less than a meal for the same amount of money that you invest in a meal, in a lunch, you can save 5 years of time, 5 years of struggle, and potentially hundreds of thousands of pesos paying like independent teachers or academies, language academies. You don't really need that. See, what I did with the book is condense all the strategies that I have used over 8 years to tell you how you can reach an advanced level of English to make money. So ultimately, that's what you want. You want to make money with English. How can I get the book? Erreta says. Go to the link in my profile and just go from there. Where can I find this book? It's on Amazon, but The book is on Amazon as well, but this is mostly for people who live in the US. See, you don't really need to buy it there. And it's more expensive there. You see the price there? You see it? Right? So, no, don't buy it on Amazon. I posted it on Amazon because I think there's a market for that book as well in the US. And I always think big, see? But you don't have to pay it there. No, you can just go to my website, which is on the link in my bio, right? And you can see the value there for a limited time offer only, right? Do you see it, right? Look, these are some of the reviews that I've received from Japanese students. They're not even Colombians. See? Okay, you know what? I think this is a better picture to show. There we go. All right. Yeah, right. Okay. Okay. Ale Music says, I was trying to install ChatGPT, but it says that I have to add a payment method. Mm, I don't know why you got that message because ChatGPT is free for now. Okay. Thank you, Wilson, for that question. I just answered it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't see your comment before. Sorry for that. Black says, "Hi, bro. Where? Thanks. It's in the link in my profile. Thank you. It's just English. It's just in English, right? Yes. If you understand everything I'm saying right now, then the book is for you. So go for it. Again, the last thing I want to do, or the last thing I wanted to do, was to promote my book here. That's not what the live is for, but everyone keep asking me about it. Okay. Where can I send the email? Just send me a DM, a direct message on TikTok, and I'll make sure to reply after the live. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who's following me. Uh, I really appreciate that. It's okay. I got you in English as well. Thank you. Yeah, that's the point. Like, I know all the 27 people that are connected here understand me very well. I know that. That's why you guys are here. Otherwise, you would just leave. But thank you. That's why I speak in English most of the time. Santiago, I'm impressed by your pronunciation. Thank you. Thank you very much. I like that, bro. Yes, bro. You're welcome, bro. En un periodo de tiempo. I'm sorry. I whenever I speak in Spanish, I get confused because for the last 17 years, ever since I became an advanced learner, I've been using English for my main income. I've never worked at a Colombian company, and I never will. I never will. Look, there. That is something else that I wanted to mention here in this live. I did mention it before, but I'll do it again. I have not had a job, or I've been technically unemployed for 8 years. See, for those, for half the time of those 8 years, I was working as a freelancer, meaning that I would offer my services for whatever clients used to pay me. See, like I would just accept the money and I would gladly do the work that needed to be done while at the same time being a teacher. But then one day I said, yeah, like, you know what? I'm pretty good at copywriting. I can do it pretty easily. So I'm going to learn it. And I taught myself copywriting and I started to make a portfolio of services. And this is where the main company came from. This this website is not just a mere website. It's my business. I register a business in the United States, in the state of Delaware, to be able to compete head to head with companies that offer copywriting services in the United States. And so far, I've been relatively successful with that because I do a very good job at increasing the sales of those B2B sales companies. So that's what I do. Look, this is another service that I offer to agencies. so far I've only handled one customer like this year, and I don't want to do it again. It's too much work, and it's highly profitable as well, yes. But I found that finding talent to outsource your services to, it's a pain in the ass. That's that's part of the reason why I want Colombians to increase their level of English. Is because for me, it was always a struggle to find good freelancers in Colombia that could do various services related to copywriting. And man, I tried everything. I tried every single marketing agency in Barranquilla, and they all suck nuts. They all suck heavy, big, hairy, smelly nuts. And I hated that. See? I'm sorry. I'm just venting here about that. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I want you guys to improve your English because it's really important. By the way, a little known fact, the US, I don't know if you guys know this, but the US, it's not going to be what it is right now in the near future. Most likely everything is going to be surpassed by China. And what do you think it's easier to learn? What in your lifetime, what do you think is worth learning more? Or what's easier, learning English or learning Chinese? Ask yourself that. Like in the next 15 to 20 years, your kids most likely are going to have to do the same services but to Chinese companies. I guess that's a wild guess. That's a very wild guess. But why risking it? Just learn the skill of offering your services in English for US dollars because that is 100 times easier than learning Chinese. Okay, thank you. Let's see what other comments we have. Bro, tendré una entrevista de Work and Travel USA. ¿Qué me recomiendas repasar? Hace mucho no practico. Fritz says that. Um, just go to ChatGPT, right? And say it like, hey, let's do a role play. You are the interviewer. I am the interviewee. Ask me some questions related to this topic, which is travel and work in the field that you're gonna do, and just go from there. See, like that's logically what I would do. Thank you, everyone who is following me. Hi, Damien, says Miguel. Hey, my man, how we doing today? You good? Luis Jimenez says, how do you manage to handle phrasal verbs? You're not going to like the answer. You're not going to like it. But I kind of never study them for the most part. I know that sounds crazy, right? The thing with phrasal verbs is that they are they are an imperative part of colloquial and casual conversation. So they are acquired by immersion. Immersion is when all of your senses are in touch or in sync with the conversation that you're having or with information that you're receiving. So, phrasal verbs are acquired more by repetition than anything else. See? I've never invested a single minute of my life studying phrasal verbs. You don't. See? You really don't need to do that. Those are expressions that, because they're fun and because they get your attention, your brain has a higher tendency or a higher likelihood of acquiring them through natural conversation. So my advice is don't even bother with phrasal verbs. Just acquire them as you go. If you want, you can ask ChatGPT, okay, give me a list of the most 50 of the most common phrasal verbs in casual conversation in English, and it's gonna tell you the list. Now, you don't want it to tell you sentences with those. What you want is to make your own sentences and instruct ChatGPT to tell you if those sentences are right or wrong. Easy as that. See? Frame time. Tiempo promedio. Yes, I'm sorry. I could not say that in Spanish. Sorry. Bro, en tu biografía no hay ningún enlace. How come? Are you sure? Maybe you're right. Let's test that. Okay, I'm just um uploading, not uploading. I'm just updating the profile here, and oh my god, this is so bright. Wait a minute. And as far as I can see, there's a link there. I know it's not highlighted in red, but it's there. It's where it says free ebook. Man, you can barely see it there. My camera sucks. Maybe I should buy another one. But yeah, the link is there. Maybe you should just reload the page. Iniciaré en el inglés. ¿Qué me recomiendas, Luna? Mm, if you can understand what I'm saying all the way through, then my recommendation is to go to the link in my profile. I feel like that I'm saying that too many times. I don't want to sound like I'm selling something to you guys. I, I, my intention with the lives was more of like finding um, some strategies that I talked about before. But okay, but anyway, what I recommend to you, Luna, is please, 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 please make an effort to focus on your vocabulary at least for the first portion of your journey. And if you count all the time that you dedicate to English every day, for example, 1 hour, just dedicate 60% of that hour, or like 35 minutes, 40 minutes, I don't know, 40 minutes of that to vocabulary. If you want to increase your vocabulary, go to the link in my profile and download a free book that will tell you more than 6,000 words in less than 2 months for free. You don't need to pay a dime for that. So, yeah, there's two books actually, okay? The red one is the framework, what I call the ultimate guideline to English proficiency. And the blue one is a free workbook that comes with the framework. It's part of the framework. But the beautiful thing about the workbook is that it works independently. You will also improve your vocabulary just by reading the blue one. Reed says, do you live in Barranquilla? Yes, I do live in Barranquilla. ¿Sabes mandarín? No, I don't. And I have no intention of learning Mandarin at all. Gracias, bro. Me entretenía escuchando hablar. Suerte. Okay, good. Good luck to you, man. Thank you for staying here in the live. Appreciate it. Luis says, how long have you been learning English and how's your process been so far? That's a very elaborate question. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, yeah. I don't know how to say this username. O.O. I'm just going to call you Owl because it looks like an owl. Boa. You're right. Luna won't understand you. She's asking you in Spanish because she's a beginner. Well, yeah. Yeah, you might be right, but if she's here and she didn't scroll down, then maybe she's not a beginner. You know what I mean? Like, okay, but anyway, I'm gonna go with Luis's question. How long have you been learning English? Sorry, I didn't reply to that. I did study English to become advanced for 1 year tops. And what I did back then was imagine that this is a dictionary. Hold on. My God, this is filthy as fuck. Imagine that this is a dictionary. A dictionary is very thick. It has like 1,000 pages or more. What I did before the internet, I'm talking about 2007, was read every fucking page on the dictionary one by one. I did that for like 4 months because logic told me like, hey, the biggest struggle I have is vocabulary. So if I fix that, all the other skills should become easier in time. And guess what? It did. It did work. They all like my listening, my pronunciation, my syntax, my grammar, everything else became so much easier once I had like 5,000 words or more, maybe more, in my brain. It just clicked super easy. So I invested 4 months of my life and I gained back like 3 years because I didn't have to study for that long English. And that is something that I perfected with the first blue book. See, that book has only 59 pages and you can read 1 page a day. 1 page a day is guaranteed to give you like 6,000 words in 2 months. So do the numbers. Invest 2 months of your life. You don't need to buy the book if you don't want to. If you don't feel ready for it, you don't have to buy it. The price will increase in the future, but whatever. That is regardless of that. You can just download the free blue book and fix your vocabulary. If you take action and you do that for free, your English journey is going to be accelerated so much. And that is the best thing you can do. The best thing anyone can do is invest heavily in vocabulary. Lol, that's okay. Thank you. Okay, any tips to learn copywriting? That's the kind of question that I was hoping to get. Good. Copywriting is not a science, but I like to see everything as a branch of science. In a nutshell, copywriting is your ability to create persuasive texts that trigger an action in someone else, in the person that is reading the text. Just like I used this text right here, right, to increase the likelihood that everyone is going to stay in the live, that's copywriting. See, it triggered the action of you scrolling down and saying like, "Opa, wait a minute, what is this guy talking about?" See, that's copywriting. However, a lot of people just associate copywriting with advertisements, with ads. And that's like 1% of all the things that a copywriter does. 1% is advertisements. Because let's face it, for advertisements, you don't really need that many words. You need like 10 words tops for one sentence. That's it. But what I do is sales pitches. I'm going to write that down here. Sales pitches for B2B businesses. So my recommendation for you is start writing about the things you like. Start writing about the things you don't like but you want to learn. Right? That's logical. You don't know them but you want to learn about them. Start writing. Or ask yourself, how would I learn something logically speaking if I have no idea about what it is? Just start thinking about the logical steps. If I don't know something, first I would do this. Second, I would do this. Third, I would do this. Oh no, I made a mistake at the third step. This is not what I need at the third step. Maybe I need this a little later on. Then erase that and iterate or reiterate and improve upon that. Like scratch number 3 and write the real step that you would take. See? Hello, Daniela, how are you today? Thank you for being here. Dan, teacher, I was asking the last time, where is this book? Okay, if I didn't reply to you, just go to the link in my profile. If you click on it, it's gonna take you to my website where you can just enter your name. You know what? Let's do that right now. If you click on my profile on your phone, you will see this page. See? It's a very simple page. There's almost nothing here. Hold on, let me see if I can just. Okay, there we go. So all you really need to do is type your name, your email, click the blue button, and you will download the free book, the blue one, the synonyms and antonyms. See? Once you download that, the website on its own, you don't need to do anything else, is going to redirect you to this website. Here, this is a video that explains how to use the blue book. Today we're going to cover how to fix your business English vocabulary forever in less than 2 months with a free ebook that I wrote. Now, I know that you can understand everything I said, but I also know that you can speak, and that's precisely why you're here. You want to fix your vocabulary because you want to fix your speaking. Okay, enough of that. So once you watch the book in the same website, if you scroll down, you're going to see the offer for the framework. The framework tells you how to unlock advanced speaking levels without a teacher 10 times faster. See, unlock true advanced speaking 10 times faster without a teacher. And I know that you know this, Dan, but because I have explained it before, but it's a compilation of all the techniques that I used with thousands of students in the past. And this is what you get when you buy the red book. You get both books basically through Hotmart. Now, here's the value. I don't think I can say it here. I don't know if I can say it, but I'm just not gonna say it because I think TikTok is very picky with that. So anyway, so that's the value. For that small amount, you're gonna save 5 years of your life trying to learn English on your own. To me, that sounds like a great deal. However, this is only for a limited time for the month of November, because November is when I launched this activity, and it's also my birthday in November. So yeah, that's why I did it. That's why it's so low, right? But don't get confused. The value that you're going to get out of this book is tremendous, because you're not only going to save 5 years of your time, of your life on average, you're also going to save potentially thousands of hundreds of pesos. If you invest in courses, if you invest in teachers, if you invest in private classes, if you invest in materials, all of those costs you're not going to incur in any of those costs. So is this valuable? Absolutely yes. So again, don't make me feel that I'm just coming to the live to sell something. That is the last thing I want to do. I don't want to sound like I'm selling something. But yes, that's the answer. Okay. So let's see. What other question do we have here? Luna, gracias. Entendí que me enfocara en vocabulario. ¿Es correcto? Lo siento. Lo demás no entendí. Sí, estás 100% en lo correcto. 100%. Si quieres enfocarte en tu vocabulario, vete al link en mi perfil y te va a salir esta página que tengo acá arriba. Ahí ingresas tu nombre, tu correo y le das el clic al botón azul. Te va a llegar un correo, ¿cierto? Valga la redundancia. I'm very redundant when I speak in Spanish. I don't know why, but yeah. Y en ese correo cuando te llegue el correo te va a redireccionar a esta página, que es donde está el video que explica cómo usar el documento. Y no importa si no me compras el libro, el framework, no importa. En realidad, lo que yo quiero es que la mayor cantidad de personas por lo menos se empeñen en desarrollar su vocabulario porque es lo que más tiempo lleva, es lo más importante y creo que es lo que más progreso les va a mostrar en el tiempo. All right, I think I'm gonna have to go now because my voice is at its limit. I'm sorry. It's been 2 hours already. Wow. But thank you everyone who followed me. Thank you everyone who liked the live. Thanks to everyone who shared the live. Thank you everyone who bought the book. I really appreciate that. And I just have uh, gratitude towards you. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, my goal is just to make community. So I'm not here to sell things primarily. That's like a secondary thing. But my main goal is to create a community of people who are invested in working using English to make money because there's a ton of business ideas that I have in my mind and I cannot let them happen because I can't find people who can follow through. So do do me a favor and just share this my profile with anyone who might be interested. Thank you, Daniel Perdomo 21.14 for following me. Appreciate that. Thank you, Kevin, for following me. Thanks. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time at 8:30 p.m. Tomorrow's Sunday, but fuck it, I have nothing else to do. So